So this story is still extremely fresh. He did what? Elon Musk just stormed the IRS. This is absolutely unbelievable. Agents from Dodge have now arrived at the IRS to audit the IRS. This is completely unprecedented. Watch to the end of the video to fully understand the implications of Elon Musk storming the IRS and now auditing the IRS, something that has evidently never happened in American history before. Don't forget to follow us on Rumble. You never really know what can happen on this platform, so go ahead and follow us over there. Our Rumble's linked in the description of the video. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video after a message from Angry's Crypto Academy. So, guys, you already know what's up. Hard times are here. They've arrived. The ATMs are going to stop working. Banks are going to chain the doors. The only way that you're going to be able to protect your wealth and safeguard your future is with crypto. And Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We'll tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. So don't miss out. The Academy is linked in the description of the video. Now let's just go ahead and jump right into the video. So if we look at the screen, we can see here, this actually comes from the Kryptonian. This is massive news. Okay, this is breaking news. And by the way, happy Valentine's Day to everyone who is single and walking away or going their own way. Nothing says you care like crypto. So Dodge officials have stormed into the IRS and started their investigation. This article comes from February 14, 2025 at 7:46 a.m. So yeah, this is insane. Again, this is insane stuff. This is all breaking right now. A high-ranking official from the Department of Government Efficiency reportedly arrived at the Internal Revenue Service on Thursday at noon to commence investigations at the tax agency's operation. According to a Reuters exclusive, Gavin Klinger, a top staffer working alongside Elon Musk in the Federal Efficiency Initiative, met with senior IRS executives at the agency's Washington headquarters, according to sources familiar with the visit. Klinger's arrival comes just days after a poll on Musk's social media platform, X, which saw over 92% support for Doge to scrutinize the IRS. Holy 92%, of course. Oh my gosh, y'all. So this is actually Nick Sorter reporting on some of this. He tweeted, Dodge officials have just entered the IRS building in D.C. to begin their investigation into the agency. This comes after X users overwhelmingly voted for Dodge to dig into the IRS just days ago. We the people are in charge of our government again. This is insane stuff. The visit occurred ahead of Trump's Oval Office signing ceremony for his new reciprocal tariff agenda. It marks the first time a Dodge official has made an appearance at the tax collecting agency, continuing its government-wide focus on identifying fraudulent spending. Iris under Musk's microscope. Musk, who Trump has tasked with leading cost-cutting measures across federal agencies, has long targeted the IRS. As early as last November, the Tesla CEO has started asking his followers if the tax agency needs to be audited. So this is massive. This is so massive. And don't be like shocked if like Elon tweets out one day like the IRS has been deleted. What that means for everyone, I don't know, but it could happen. During his push to support Trump's re-election, Musk sarcastically took a dig at the IRS, stating, I'm the largest individual taxpayer in history. I paid $10 billion in tax. I sort of thought maybe the IRS would send me a little trophy or something, but I didn't get anything, not even a cookie. Speaking to reporters in a press briefing at the White House, when asked about Doge's probe into the IRS, Trump called Doge's probe into the IRS a good job. The Internal Revenue Service will be looked at like everybody. Just about everybody is going to be looked at, the U.S. president reckoned. According to an email seen by Reuters, senior IRS executives were instructed on Thursday to identify all non-essential contracts for termination. The directive issued by the General Services Administration (GSA) mandates a review of consulting contracts, particularly those classified as producing reports, research coaching, or other non-critical materials. So we have some government shakeups, IRS leadership. So yeah, they're shaking up the IRS leadership, and this again. These are just massive shifts. On December 5th, President Trump nominated former Missouri Representative Billy Long to serve as the new IRS commissioner, though he awaits Senate confirmation. However, pending Long's approval, the agency's leadership has already seen changes, with former Commissioner Daniel Werfel resigning on inauguration day rather than face termination. Douglas O'Donnell, a longtime civil servant, is currently serving as the agency's acting commissioner. The Republican-led effort to scale back the IRS follows the agency's $80 billion funding boost under President Joe Biden in 2022, which was aimed at improving taxpayer services, modernizing technology, and increasing enforcement on high-income individuals and corporations. Just to be very clear, they're completely lying. Under Joe Biden, they actually lowered the the amount of money at which they can scrutinize you. So, for example, you had to make like if you made over like $10,000, if you received like let's say over $10,000 on Cash App, then you had to report that to the IRS. It was something like that, and then Joe Biden lowered it down to $600. So if you get $600 or more, you have to now report it to the IRS. It doesn't matter if it's like anything, what's like gifts or whatever. You have to report any type of anything like that to the IRS. $600. All right. So basically, this is the liberals coming after every nickel and dime. It's the baby boomers. Do not misunderstand. It's 100% the baby boomers. I am not going to stop talking about this generation of individuals who have destroyed. They stole our futures. I'm in my 40s now. I worked so damn hard, and it was always about accountability. Yet they're ending up homeless rapidly because of despite all of the money that they stole from us. Oh my! And they're still doing it. This is all the baby boomers, and I'm not gonna stop. They can gaslight, they can talk about God, they can beg and plead. I'm going to put them on blast so hard. If I'm still here in the coming years, I am going to put the boomers on blast. I'm telling you, if I have an audience, I'm going to put the boomers on blast. I am at my wits end with these people. That's it. Y'all have never seen me go hard before when it comes to the boomers. No, you haven't seen me go hard. You are going to see me go hard and tell you exactly who they are. And I'm going to start revealing. I'm going to start digging up all kinds of dirt from the past that they have done and putting it all out there. All right. They did a lot of bad, and they've been doing a lot of bad for decades, and everyone knew what they were doing. All right, so I'm gonna put them on blast. All right, listen, I don't like Gen Z. They're not my favorite group of people, but Gen Z has this saying. They're like the boomers stole our futures, and now we need to steal it back. And I'm gonna be honest with you, we have to do whatever we have to do to get some of that money back. We really, really do. Whatever it takes, because they're the wealthiest generation of people in the history of the world. In 200,000 years, they are wealthier than the people who lived during the heights of the Roman Empire. All right, during the heights of the Roman Empire, the average Roman citizen did not have to work, and the average baby boomer is wealthier than that, significantly wealthier than that. Does that make any sense to you? And they're like, "Oh, we all earned it." You're right, we earned it. We earned it. You jokers, you crooks. They hold 80% of the stock market, 50% of all the real estate in the United States, and almost half of every tax dollar collected goes to subsidizing them. And even then, they're still ending up homeless. They're the fastest growing group of people becoming homeless in the United States, despite them being the wealthiest in the history of the world because they didn't earn it. Why do you guys? Where do you think all the DEI garbage comes from? It comes from the boomers. Didn't earn it. They didn't earn crap. It's the special people's club. DEI is nothing more than legal discrimination, and that's what the boomers have always done. They've discriminated against every generation other than themselves, every generation that came after them, and they robbed us of. They stole our futures while we were still in diapers. They're absolute crooks that need to basically be held accountable for their evil, and vindictive ways. The cash system is beginning to collapse. Trump is like, oh, BRICS is not going to happen. Anyone who uses BRICS is going to be punished. Listen to me. After what happened with Russia, where a ton of Russia's money, like $500 million of Russia's funds, were frozen and then given away under Biden, that completely undermines our entire economic system. You cannot trust America to hold your money anymore using the SWIFT system. That's why we now have things like XRP. That's why we have stable coins. That's why we have BRICS. Okay, BRICS is going to be a decentralized platform that's going to allow different cryptocurrencies to be used, including one that's been proposed called UNIT that would allow for cross-border payments. So it's similar to how XRP works, Ripple. So this is not a game, all right? The world needs BRICS. We can't rely on the US anymore. That's why Trump is diversifying away from cash. He's trying to prop it up, but really he's just staving off what's already here. The real unemployment rate is somewhere around 24%. And when people realize how bad it actually is, and we actually finally enter into that next crisis, don't be surprised when we have somewhere between a 35 and 50% unemployment rate. If you consider people who don't have full-time employment, yeah, we're going to have something like a 35 to 50% unemployment rate. How are people going to survive then, Angry? Well, either they're going to have to be, either they're going to have a partner to survive off, or they're going to be living in tent cities, or they're going to be on disability. And a lot of disability apps, I'm telling you all right now, like, disability has to be reformed, and I can see it getting reformed. And a lot of people are going to end up getting kicked off disability or denied from disability. So it's going to become much more difficult to just go and claim disability and opt out. It's going to be much more difficult to go and claim something like SSI and opt out. Those programs are coming to an end. They're going to be scaled back heavily, or they're going to be completely eliminated, especially with how broke we are. And if you want to get some of that boomer money, because a lot of the boomers are going to be jumping into crypto, especially with crypto ETFs on the horizon, you need to learn how to invest in crypto. If you want to learn how to protect yourself during the next economic crisis, you need to start using crypto, guys. It's time, all right? Hard times are here. The only way you're going to be able to survive is going to be with crypto. Don't play games. Don't play with your future. This is hell on earth that we're looking at right now. Absolute hell on earth. And I've said this already. You're gonna see it. The ATMs are gonna stop working. The banks are gonna chain up the doors. Protect yourself and safeguard your future using cryptocurrency. You can check out Angry's Cryptocurrency, because we teach you guys how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in crypto. We tell you exactly which coins will mint you millionaires and how to spot potential coins to invest in. So don't miss out. And the Academy is linked in the description of the video. There's a specific coin right now that everyone should be investing in. This coin is going to turn zeros into heroes, but you need to act fast. You need to jump in before everyone else snatches it up, okay? Because it's literally at rock bottom prices right now. But yeah, guys, getting back to the article, off the boomers, because I went off the rail there. I can't. The boomers are horrible. I'm going to put them on blast. I know some of them are listening right now. I'm going to put y'all on blast. So on December 5th, President Trump nominated former Missouri Representative Billy Long to serve as a new IRS commissioner, though he awaits second Senate confirmation. However, pending Long's approval, the agency's leadership has already seen changes. So we read past that already. The Republican-led effort to scale back the IRS follows the agency's $80 billion funding boost under President Joe Biden in 2022. Okay. GOP lawmakers are headstrong on clawing back portions of this funding, which allegedly backed over 80,000 agents to audit American citizens, opposing expanded enforcement efforts. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Kelly tweeted out, the left has no problem with 80,000 IRS agents. The left has no problem when 80,000 IRS agents were hired to audit American taxpayers. Yet when Elon Musk wants to uncover all the corruption and unnecessary spending that has been going on for years, now all of a sudden you're mad about it. Let's click for this.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. You guys had no problem with an additional 80,000 IRS agents being hired to audit the taxpayers who already pay an absurd amount of taxes. But you guys are mad at Elon Musk for uncovering all of the fucking corruption and the fraudulent spending that the Democrats have been doing for years now, then laying it out on a table with a list of every single dollar and where it's being spent. And you guys are mad about that? Chuck Schumer, outside of the U.S. aid office, fucking throwing a tantrum because he knows he's about to go to jail. AOC throwing a tantrum when she's been getting kickbacks from the U.S. aid money for Lord knows how long. And you guys are mad at the man who's getting shit done and revealing all of the corruption. You're mad because he's dismantling the deep state. That's exactly what we wanted. We voted so that we can know and control where our tax dollars go. And you guys are mad. Make it make sense, dude.
Because they're the corrupt ones. Because they're the crooks. Think about it. They've all been, for this to have happened for so long, they've all been on it. Everyone's been getting their cut. A large portion of IRS agents owe substantial amounts of money to the IRS. How can you owe all of this money to the IRS? Because it's corruption. It's corruption. All right. They basically put any enforcement against themselves on hold, and then they target American citizens. That has to be illegal. So House Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, who's a Republican of Missouri, reinforced this stance in a letter to O'Donnell on Thursday, calling the IRS's current operations unacceptable and listing concerns about its oversight and spending. Elon's influence is causing Democrats a headache. Musk's personal involvement in government operations continues to strike Democratic policymakers' nerves. Per several reports on social media that Tesla CEO's allies allegedly deleted or took control of 18F, a federal agency that assists with technology projects, including the IRS Direct File program pioneered by Senator Elizabeth Warren, which offers free online tax preparation. The claim led to widespread confusion over whether Direct File remained available, though the system is still functional for the current tax season. Senator Ron Wyden, Democrat of Oregon, condemned DOGE's review of the IRS. So the Democrats are condemning the review of the IRS. Don't you guys see how sick this is? All right, arguing that Musk's team now has access to sensitive taxpayer data. Musk's henchmen are in a position to dig through a trove of data about every taxpayer in America, Wyden said. The Democratic senator also warned that DOGE's audit could result in delays for 2024 tax refunds. And if your refund is delayed, they could very well be the reason. You've got to be kidding me, guys. So Elon's basically doing his job right now. He's going after these corrupt people in the IRS. He's putting them on blast. He's letting us all know what's going on, which is absolutely incredible, guys. We are going to see a collapse of the dollar very soon. I keep on warning y'all, be prepared and start investing in crypto before all hell breaks loose. Let me ask you something. When the banks collapse, and trust me, it's coming, will you be ready? Imagine waking up to ATMs that don't work, bank doors chained shut, and millions of people left with nothing. No cash, no access to their savings, and no way to survive. But it doesn't have to be that way for you. That's why I created Angry's Crypto Academy, to teach you everything you need to know about crypto so you can protect yourself and your family. You'll learn how to buy, sell, and even day trade crypto for a living. Plus, we alert you to new crypto trends so you can profit before everyone else even knows what's happening. Right now, I've just published an exclusive investment guide inside the Academy, and it's linked in the description below. In it, I reveal the one coin that could make you a millionaire. A coin so revolutionary, it could change everything. If you missed out on Bitcoin and Ethereum, this is your second chance. This isn't just about financial freedom, it's about survival. When the system collapses and everyone else is selling, you'll be the one buying, prepared to weather the storm and thrive while others struggle to survive. Don't wait. This knowledge isn't optional, it's critical. The link's in the description. Go check it out now.
To be joined by former Donald Trump senior advisor Christian Whitten. You know him well on the program. Christian, thanks for coming on the U.S. Report. I want to start with some big news this evening. President Trump has confirmed that DOGE, the Department of Governmental Efficiency, hold on to your hats here, is going to be auditing the IRS for corruption and waste. Go you, good thing. Here's a bit of what he had to say earlier today.
So I think that the Internal Revenue Service will be looked at like everybody else. Just about everybody's going to be looked at.
Christian, if this doesn't get him a 90% approval rating, I don't know what will. What did you make of it?
Yeah, it's a great move. It's poetic justice for the IRS to be facing scrutiny since they scrutinize the rest of us. If you've ever dealt with the IRS, some good people, some bad people, but you are guilty until you are proven innocent. It's the absolute opposite of what American justice is supposed to be. You have to prove when they accuse you, they just kind of send you a bill, and you have to prove your innocence. There's a tremendous amount of inefficiency. Part of that is because Congress has made the tax code extremely convoluted, but part of it is because you have a giant unaccountable bureaucracy that's run amok. If you have simple questions or complex questions about the tax code, which is complex, good luck trying to get an answer from the IRS. You essentially have to hire an accountant of your own, a lawyer of your own. It's just this out of control bureaucracy, and it's one that some Republicans have used, including President Trump, about abolishing. But starting with an audit, it's a great idea.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I want to talk also about some other breaking news here, and it just seems like the news keeps breaking. There has been an announcement now that Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, who recently had those corruption charges against him go away, well, he has agreed to allow ICE agents, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to operate on Rikers Island, which is the notorious city jail there, to find gang members and other criminals who shouldn't be in the country anyway, to presumably get them out of the country. This seems like a very positive development here, especially in a very Democrat area.
It is, and it's a key break between Adams and the Democrat governor of New York, Hochul, who's getting sued by the Justice Department for not cooperating with federal law enforcement, and New York's attorney general, who's an activist who indicted Trump on bogus charges. And the fact is that Adams wants the city to be safe, and Donald Trump, even though he switched his residency from New York to Florida, is still essentially a New Yorker. He was born in Queens, and he wants America's financial capital and largest city not to turn into some dystopian, crime-ridden, post-apocalyptic place. So a great step and a great pragmatic move, both by the Justice Department in dropping charges that were probably a sham and just saying, hey, we need to actually get pragmatic and cooperate across party lines in New York.
Yeah, and just on that front of migration, we're now seeing a huge trend apparently being reported that many migrants are actually starting to deport themselves and just simply say, you know what, maybe this isn't going to work out for us. We better just skedaddle before the law comes knocking. Again, a proof, I think, that when it comes to immigration enforcement, toughness is its own reward.
Right, and this is a smart move for them to make, too. And this was hoped for. This is the idea that if you start enforcing it on the bad criminals, if people think enforcement is coming and you want to come to America, it's much better to leave on your own and apply through lawful processes than it is to get deported, in which case your chances of coming back legally are greatly diminished. So, this is just one of the ways of which a little bit of good policy compounds into a good result. Just this toughness, the fact that there's a sea change, the fact that the bogus refugee claims. If you're, you have people coming, all right, if you're coming from North Korea, you're probably a refugee. You have a well-founded fear of political persecution if you're sent back to North Korea and defected. But if you're just someone who came from Venezuela because you want a better life, I mean, if I were from Venezuela, I'd probably be doing it myself. But those people are not political refugees. And the fact that those sort of sham excuses and exceptions are being done away with, and all this other messaging is causing people to think twice about coming here illegally.
Yeah, no, look, I think that's right. And I think it's just an example that if you just simply do things instead of just be paralyzed, which we've been for years in the United States, good things start to happen. It's probably a good metaphor for life, too. But I also want to get your thoughts on further reports about FEMA, which is the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Well, there are reports that they had been using their money, which was supposed to help people in North Carolina who'd been victims of that horrible storm, that they had actually used this money to help New York, again back to New York, house illegal aliens in hotels. Now, FEMA has come out and denied the story, but to me it seems like if the money's going to the agency, it's all fungible within the agency. The big theme here seems to be about getting the American government back to work for Americans and not people who either shouldn't be there or for people in other countries.
I mean, it's a really incredible development that we're seeing right now. Trump is taking some extraordinary steps to rebuild America, to rebuild our sovereignty. One very interesting, thing that's happening is the fact that right now he's looking into making Gaza into an American territory, relocating the people in Gaza to other countries like Egypt and Jordan, and then Gaza becomes an American territory. And it's maybe we could end up having something like Dubai. It's good land, and we can build it up, and we can, it'd be our jewel, and he said that we'll take it and we'll cherish it. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible to think that we would finally have a presence, an actual physical presence in the Middle East. I think that's absolutely substantial that, hey, we have a physical presence in the Middle East. We actually have our own, established, I don't know if we'd call it a country, maybe we would call it, but it wouldn't be a country, it'd be an American territory. I guess it was previously a country, but it would be an American territory. And, we would own it, and it would be ours, and we'd build it up, and Americans could go there, we could visit there, and there would be no more fighting in that region because, well, in that specific area, because it would be just, it'd be Israel, and it'd be basically the Gaza Strip, which is now an American territory, and we own it, and Americans can go and visit there. We can enjoy it just like we go to Dubai. It'd be quite lovely. It'd be quite lovely, and I think we deserve it. Honestly, I think that a great acquisition would also be Venezuela. If you see what's happening in Venezuela right now, it's a complete another mess. It's absolute chaos, and I think it makes perfect sense for us to also acquire Venezuela. They have large amounts of oil. They have absolutely large amounts of oil, and there's no reason to let some other country come along into our neck of the world and take control of that country. It's a terrible idea, absolutely terrible. And I think that, I'm hopeful that Trump takes action and he takes Venezuela. He takes Venezuela for us. He goes and he gets it for us, and and then we can go and enjoy Venezuela. We can vacation peacefully in Venezuela and have a relatively good time. It's a great idea, just like how Puerto Rico is an American territory. Venezuela would be an incredible American territory. A lot of them they support Trump. They are very conservative people. They are very much a part of our cult. They're very much in line with the American culture. And I think that I really, really do like the Venezuelan people. And I think that would be a great idea it'd be a great idea for us to have Venezuela as well. It'd be a great territory for us. Absolutely great territory for us. And there's other prospects, for example, there's Greenland, and I honestly don't think there's any reason why we could not expand into Europe as well. But I mean, again, Trump is making some incredible moves, but there's going to be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be a lot of hardships, a lot of financial hardships going forward. And this is why I keep on emphasizing that you guys should be focusing on getting your money. You should be focusing on investing in crypto, because we know that these hard times are here. The financial system is on the brink of collapse. The ATMs are going to freeze. The banks are going to lock their doors. And your wealth is 100% at risk. So you need to learn how to protect your assets with crypto. And again, I've talked about this before, that, Angry's Crypto Academy will teach you how to buy, sell, trade, and invest in the safest coin. So don't wait until it's too late. Secure your future today And you can click the link in the description of the video to join and become a part of the academy. Because hell, guys, hell on earth is here. Hell on earth is here. And you could either be prepared for it and take advantage of it and thrive regardless of it, or you could basically find yourself living in states of poverty, destitution, and Tyrone tent cities. And you know how Tyrone tent cities work. Once you go into Tyrone tent city, you don't come out of Tyrone tent city, at least not the way you went in. But that's all we have for you guys. Are you surprised he did what? Elon Musk has stormed the IRS. His agents have stormed the IRS. They've entered the IRS. They've now begun the process of auditing the IRS and then hopefully shutting it down, because Trump wants to shut the IRS down and replace it. Or he's floated the idea of shutting the IRS down entirely, getting rid of the federal income tax and using tariffs to pay for everything. But let me know your thoughts on everything, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video, and just remember that all roads lead to MWAM and walking away, and cheers.
Nothing says you care like crypto. Nothing can compare. Nothing says you care like crypto. Oh, nothing can compare to crypto.